Hey there, Get Up and Go Challengers. Welcome to day 22 of our 30 plus free 7th Get Up and Go Challenge. Sharon Horne-Ellstrom here. Today we are talking about the P in our SOAP framework with respect to our financial health, our financial well-being, our financial situation, our financial life, right? Remember, we've got the 7, aka this time, 2021, I'm doing 9 areas and aspects of my life, but physical, mental, emotional, spiritual, financial, relationships, contribution, confidence, and communication. I'm adding this here because they're foundational things that I've noticed my whole life I wanted to improve, and all of us need to continually improve our confidence and our communication, our ability to communicate not only with other people, but also with ourselves. And again, physical, relationships, and financial seem to be the big 3 areas that hang most of us human beings up at some time or some point in our life. We find that we want to work on either our financial health, our physical health, or our relationships. And if we ignore any of these too long, we get into trouble. How do I know? Because I ignored my physical well-being for a couple of decades and ended up having a 7 cardiac arrest. Yet, I'm still here to talk to you today because I made a massive lifestyle change in 2010 to make sure that I could still be here 10 years later talking to you. Wow, 10 years later, 11 years later, the 11 years this fall. So, yesterday, we learned about the head, heart, intuition way of analyzing our possible options, the things that we could possibly do to get from where we are to where we want to be in our financial area or aspect of our life. It's hard to do more than one thing at a time, and I am not the queen of focus, so this is a great exercise, and it's a great tool for me to apply the SOAP framework to just little bits and areas of aspect of my finances, of my relationships, pick one at a time, or to my any area or aspect of my life. It helps me to focus, to narrow in and focus on what am I going to do exactly, what is going to be the best move for me right now. And then the P stands for progress. How do I know if I'm making progress? How do I know if I'm moving toward what I want or not? And our tool to do that today is measurement. We want to find a way to measure whatever it is that we're doing. So it's easy with respect to finances and money as far as I'm concerned, because money can always be our tool of measure, right? Now we can decide there's lots of different ways to measure money, right? There's gross income, net income, income after expenses and interest and taxes, all different ways to measure money. I like to do either gross money or what's left at the end of all the expenses and all the things I have to pay, net money. So I like to look at net money. Now, I said I want to raise $30,000 to do this particular program, this training I want to go to. In order to get that, I need to add my way up to $30,000. Now, yesterday, my action after I did my little funky rated head, heart, intuition was to create an experience. Now, I started asking people and getting input into what they would like to have in an experience, and I made progress toward that. Not dollars that I could measure, but I know I got some of the information and the steps I need to, preliminary steps I need to do to take action that gave me enough positive information to say, yes, people want that I know it will help me get to that $30,000 mark. So although I didn't make any dollars yesterday with respect to this, I didn't pre-sell it to anyone, I did get positive confirmation that yes, it's a good idea. So I feel like I'm making progress, even though my measurement of dollars hasn't changed at all. And measurement of dollars, a lot of the times, especially if you're looking at the profits, which I, unlike other people, many people online, they present their net money, the net money that they've made. If you look at all these awards and things that people have, they will be based on gross money. Like I'm going to use ClickFunnels as an example, since that's my a world that I come from. ClickFunnels 2 Comma Club award, the 2 Comma Club X, I can't remember what the 50 or 100 million one is called, but Magnum or something. That's condoms. That's not it. Okay, so I can't remember what the name of it is, but those are based on gross income through a funnel. How much money goes through a funnel? So it doesn't have to be profits. It has to be how much money went through that funnel. So there's a lot of measures like that out in the world, and that's fine if that's the measure that you're going after. Just be clear with yourself that just because you sold $10 million doesn't mean the person that sold $10 million and got that award has $10 million in the bank, or that they made any money at all. My best example of that is a gentleman by the name of Dan Pena. He said his first year in business, and he's one of my coaches this year, that he made $50 million, and that's all anyone ever cares about. He did $50 million his first year in government contracts. He had two $20 million and a $10 million contract from the government. Now, he outsourced all of that and said he made like $90,000 off that whole $50 million deal, but no one ever asked him that. And I think he's been coaching for 25 or 30 years. No one asked him until he started talking about how much he actually made from that. They just ever only heard or paid attention to the $50 million in 1 year. Wow. And so we have to be careful what we're using, not only in how we're observing and choosing role models and other people, but we have to be careful that we're not fooling ourselves and thinking that, oh, I made $25 million on this deal, yet we're living in poverty. We want to be careful and honest with ourselves, which is my personal reason for saying I look at profits and net income that I can spend, or disposable income, spendable income, money in my bank. I look at it that way. And you can choose to look at it any way you want, but make sure that you are being true to yourself and you understand what the real situation is. I've had businesses and jobs where I made tons of gross money, but after expenses, after look at our personal lives, after house payments, utilities, kids' activities, cars, vehicles, toys, whatever, vacations, there wasn't that much left at the end of the day that moved into the savings account to create long-term wealth. Now, if you don't care about creating long-term wealth, it doesn't matter. But some periods of my life, I cared about creating retirement money and long-term health and legacy money. So choose your measurement wisely and make sure you're looking at the right number and the right measures for you. Like I said, you can show the world whatever you want, but make sure that you're looking at what really matters to you on a regular basis. So our assignment today, our action today, our action item today is to pick a measurement, pick a way to measure how you will know if you're making progress, if you're moving toward what you want or away from what you want. And sometimes it will be very objective, very clear, like dollars, some kind of dollar measure. That's a number. I'm a numbers gal, so numbers are really easy for me. I love things that I can track. You can tell by the way I numberfication, how I numerically rate things and add numbers to things to make subjective things a little bit more objective, a little bit more cut and dried, so that I can get a better picture of them. You might not need to do that. You might be able to just say, this is how I feel about it. I know I'm moving toward what I want. Boom. And you can use gut feeling. You can have a way, hey, when I feel it in my stomach, it's the right move. When I feel it in the back of my neck and tingly, it's the wrong move. Whatever works for you, pick a way to measure it. Share in the comments below how you're going to measure, how you're going to know, just maybe the units of measure. I'm going to say dollars because that's mine. What works for you? Any questions about this? If you need more clarification, more examples, hit me up in the comments below. Otherwise, I'll be with you tomorrow. We are going to hop into, let me peek ahead and see what we're going to hop into. We're going to hop into emotional soap. And for emotional, mental, spiritual contribution, communication, and confidence, we are going to go through the SOAP framework, the entire SOAP framework in one day. So tomorrow and for the next 5 days, I might go a little long, but I'm going to try to keep it at the 10-minute mark. That's it. Have an awesome day. I'll be with you tomorrow. Go measure something.